Everybody, welcome to Vapor Rhino. My name is James, and I'm your host today. And we're just looking at a montage of different things you can do with the Vapor Rhino. What I find remarkable about our system is that it's one of the most versatile systems on the market as far as general purpose cleaning machines go. It's got the superheated steam. We have the 145 PSI, which means our boiler system gets up to about 365 degrees Fahrenheit. Superheated boiler system. Nozzle tip temperatures are very high as well, running around 210 to 240 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on how you're using your tool. So they're very hot. But the cool thing about the Rhino is, see that right there? See that distance we have from the car? That distance is totally safe. The real heat is at the nozzle tip. So if you put your hands around that nozzle tip, you'll take your skin off. But if you hold your hand 12 inches in front of the steam flow coming out, it mixes with the atmosphere. By the time it hits your hands, it's not that hot. So you can totally control the temperature of the surface by simply getting closer or further away from the surface. Or if you want to turn down the steam flow, man, that is 100% adjustable. Just turn a knob on the machine. You can turn it down to a gentle whisper. You might have seen that in some of our other videos. Or you can crank it up to full volume. And this removes dirt like nothing else. It's fantastic both for the outside of the car and the inside of the car. He just turned on the injection mode there. You can see some of the soap water come out. So you have three modes of operation. Steam, dry, wet steam with chemical, water, whatever you want to mix with it, or full extraction capabilities. And this thing does a fantastic job on upholstery. It's actually mind-numbing how well it works. I tried a little steamer years ago that I gotten from another company, a little plastic one. In fact, there's one on the market just like it, and I personally hated it. At that time, going back 10, 12 years ago, when I was selling those steamers, I came to the conclusion after using that little upholstery steamer that dry steam did not work on upholstery. But what I didn't realize, it was really just about the machine I was using. It was 120 volt, which is not the problem. The problem was the power. It's the way those machines work on the market. Many of them, most of them, when they have an integrated vacuum, when you turn on the vacuum, the vacuum power is going to come from somewhere. And since it's all one system, the power comes from the heating elements. So those get turned down, or one of the two elements gets shut off. And so now you start steaming, right? And you're doing that extracting, like you see, look at this beautiful extraction with the Vapor Rhino. See all that dirty water? But anyway, so you're doing an extraction with their systems, and now the pressure drops off. You don't have much hot water coming out. You don't have a lot of steam coming out, and the results end up crummy. And the vacuum is not very powerful either on those systems. So I find them atrocious. This system uses your own 6 horsepower shot vac. You can use as strong a vac as you want. You just plug your vacuum hose into the port on the back of the Rhino. There's your suction power. If you get the extraction kit, you have a phenomenal machine for cleaning seats. And the thing I like the most about the dry and even the wet steam version of this is that you're using only around 2 gallons of water an hour to clean those seats. And so what that means is your seats are dry, man, very quickly. Usually in 10, 15 minutes, they're dry to the touch. They feel dry. And what that does for you is it avoids wicking. Wicking is a pain in the butt, guys. You know it. You guys, most of you guys have already dealt with this. You've done a seat, looks beautiful, customer takes it home. They have to sit on a wet seat, which is miserable. Whatever. They take it home. And a few hours later, the stain comes back. Why? Because you wet the seat too much. Traditional extractors, right? The normal ones that you see, been around for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, whatever. They throw out a gallon of water a minute of hot water. And it's really good for flushing out the surface. They work, but they leave the place saturated. The Vapor Rhino steam system cleans that top surface down about an inch into the fabric and stuff, cleans the top with the superheated steam, melts the garbage, and sucks it up with very little water, so little water that the seats are dry in minutes. And the customers love it. And if you do it right, you can leave your customer with a non-smelly car, not loaded with chemicals and all that. And I don't know if you've been really looking, because I've been passing by all this footage, but there's thousands of things you can do with the Vapor Rhino. It's remarkable. So you see him washing down that lawnmower. You see him do a little siding, I think, was in there. And of course, your dry steam car wash works very, very well. And this particularly filthy car, it hadn't been cleaned in a long time. It had a lot of winter road dirt on it. But with a little effort, it comes right off. And if you put the right chemicals in there, and this is just a little bit of water and steam coming out, very low flow. You put the right chemicals in there, like a no-wash solution. There's some good ones out there I can tell you about. It'll not only take that stuff off faster, because they use micro lubricants that you spray on there, suspends the particle of dirt, and allows you to wipe them off easy. But they'll put a shine on the car too to look beautiful. And all this you can do during droughts. Look at that floor there. Very, very little water on the floor. It really is a nice result. So if you're considering a Vapor Rhino, they're here, man. They're ready for you. We have them 120 volt versions and 220 volt versions. My name is James. Thank you so much for listening. And we are Vapor Rhino at vaporrhino.com. We hope to hear from you soon.